As we search for a rewarding and meaningful direction for our lives, we often find ourselves increasingly unsatisfied as we compromise our ideals and dreams for fleeting pleasures. There are treasures buried in the dark that are waiting to be revealed by the light of the gospel. These hearts are truly precious. Exchange your youth for their hearts, and you'll wonder how you received so much more than you gave. Good News Corps is an overseas volunteer service program of International Youth Fellowship that provides young people a chance to experience and appreciate the diversity of foreign cultures firsthand. It's also an authentic opportunity to help others and plant the heart of God in those with no hope or joy in life. There's nothing more inspiring than witnessing young men and women who only cared for themselves undergo a genuine change of heart to live for others. As they spend 1 year living in a foreign country, they gain an understanding and appreciation for foreign culture, discover skills that open doors for the future, and develop depth of spirit through fellowship with God. Good News Corps was founded in 2002 by the International Youth Fellowship, also known as IYF. Since then, over 1,600 individuals have devoted 1 year of their lives to serve abroad. Initiated in South Korea, the Good News Corps broadened across the globe. Volunteers now arise from many different parts of the world, including the United States. The Good News Corps prides itself in offering its volunteers a multifaceted program that trains the mind, body, and most importantly, the spirit. Volunteers do everything from community outreach to mastering a foreign language through first-hand interaction with citizens of their host nation. The Good News Corps volunteer program allows participants to challenge their limitations and experience a world of God where the impossible becomes possible. These are some of the main activities. Mission work is the foundation of the Good News Corps volunteers' schedule. Mission activities include witnessing trips, Bible seminar preparation, individual spiritual counseling, community outreach, Bible study, and local mission event planning. Volunteers help in promoting the virtues of landscaping, energy conservation, waste management, environmentally sound land use, and tree planting. These activities foster responsible attitudes towards making the world a healthy place to live in. An important part of living abroad for an extended period of time is learning and actively utilizing the native language. Volunteers can avail themselves to significant language lessons as well as opportunities to use it in the field. Through translation and interpretation, language fluency is quickly attained. Ironic as it may seem, speaking a foreign language is the best way to learn a foreign language. The Good News Corps program also calls for volunteers to instruct a number of different educational courses, such as martial arts, computer literacy, language studies, and music for the residents of their host country. Through instructing, students achieve self-improvement and discover hidden skills. Another essential aspect of the Good News Corps program is addressing the dilemma of youth delinquency. Volunteers are placed as positive role models that help change the mindsets of young people who are at risk to have problematic futures. As volunteers involve themselves with the problems and issues of youths, they also gain time for self-reflection. volunteers immediately immerse themselves in their country's culture and values through dance, song, and real stories, short plays about volunteers' experiences while living in their host countries. Anyone age 18 and over, ready to experience real change and willing to receive training may qualify to be a Good News volunteer. Applicants are not required to have any special skills or previous training, as the Overseas Volunteer Service is a training program in itself. It allows volunteers to challenge their limitations and experience a wider world. Most people see their lacking aspects and decide that they can't go forward. In Good News Corps, lacking is not a limitation, but rather the catalyst that fuels the process of change and discovery. If you want to experience something new, but think you aren't ready or able to do bigger and better things, we think you're just the person we're looking for. Good News Corps Volunteer Service can have a profound effect on your heart and mind, and most of all, your future. Through the experience, volunteers gain insight into the world of the heart, which leads to success in life. Those who succeed are not those who are inherently strong, but rather those who realize their limitations and then discover the true source of power, which can overcome difficult and burdensome situations. Training teaches persistence and the spirit of challenge to accomplish seemingly impossible works, to the end that we may effect positive change in the world. Even though we want to effect positive change in the world, we often feel powerless in the face of overwhelming circumstances. But the actual obstacle to overcome is not a circumstance, but rather the limited nature of our thoughts. Volunteers change into the leaders of the future by overcoming their thoughts and carrying those experiences forward to change the world. The key to unlocking the power to change the world outside is first finding the power to change the world inside your thoughts. Exchange your youth for their hearts.